600th episode, and I am just excited to get this one in. And I thought since we are so close to our 600th, let's get a nice looking deck to guide us there. So let's open it up and see what we have to work with tonight. Nice. Ooh, I was not expecting that red, and that red was satisfying. So a little bit of a, well, now come to think of it, a Japanese touch with the samurais and then the clothing styles. Pretty neat, and that is our back design. So, I like it. Let me know what you think. Jokers and promos back in their box. And let's shuffle our deck up. I think we have ourselves a win tonight. It just feels fairly right at the moment. You know what? Let's just do those shuffles and let's begin game number 1. As we start with the 9 of clubs. And that actually looks like a fairly decent start. If we can move that 9, I think we will be doing just fine. 1 ace down, a 6, and a queen. I hope you don't mind, but tonight I just kind of want to relax more and just go with the tempo of the game and not really whisper too much or talk too much. So come along with me and let's get entranced in our games tonight. average designs, as you can see with the numbers. Generic face cards, slightly above average. Back design is probably the best part about this deck. Honestly, I thought it'd be a bit nicer, but I'm not disappointed. So I think we'll settle with a solid 7 out of 10. Now let's do one more riffle shuffle and deal out game number 2. Very similar to our last start with the high cards in beginning with an ace of clubs. And we are set for a decent run. Let's do this. Triple fours with double eights. Looks like we need a black 5 to fix this. Fat stack number 1. I think it actually all hangs in the balance of landing a black 5. Yeah, and we will get it next turn. So let's see if we get lucky. Stack number 2. And you know what? I think we'll give this a 7.5. The face cards are really winning me over at the moment, especially with their little art design right there. Alright, you know what? Let's just go for it. looks of it, we're about to win our first game of the night, and that play clinches it right there. I told you we're gonna get at least one. Now let's get a little bit greedy and go for two. Two fat stacks and a win. 2 games in. All of these spades, ace to king, along with all of the clubs, the hearts, followed by the diamonds. Let's see how he did. So a little chunky. And it looks like we recover 9, 8, 7, 6 and ace. So not our best, but decent nonetheless. Casino shuffle time. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna give a little bit of a speech real quick. How many of you guys deal with allergies? Now, I used to for a while when I was younger, and then it kind of went away after my teenage years. And for whatever reason, I'm experiencing them quite a bit right now. I went out and played some catch with a friend, and for whatever reason, it's just tearing up my eyes, and it just feels like spider webs. And for whatever reason, that's been my, I guess, allergy symptom, is the feeling of spider webs across my eyes. Isn't that a bit weird? What are your allergy symptoms if you have them? And if you don't, well, it must be nice. It's so out of the blue, since I play catch quite a bit, and nothing ever really happens, but now I'm just kind of keeping my eyes half shut while we do this one. if we could add another win or stat to our line as we receive our third fat stack of the night. Not too bad. Nowhere for that queen and nowhere for that 6. No 2 to be seen and no 3 of hearts, so we move on to our 4th game of the night. Still a good game, but ultimately just a little bit short. Nothing too bad. I think that should be good. Come to think of it, I believe we might have this deck, but in blue. It might have been one of our earliest decks that we've used in our journey to 1000. I know our first deck was the blue dragon, but then I think there was another blue dragon deck with this design instead. Anyway, couple doubles on the field, and let's see how we do. And I believe that's our third play. Perfect. Not so perfect, but actually a blessing in disguise. let's see if we can make it better. I think that's the end of this one, as again there's nowhere for that queen, 8, or jack. Only thing we could do is place down that 2. So we move on to our final game of the night with 4 total fat stacks and 1 victory under our belt so far, or in this case under our blankets, as we had double aces, 2s, and 7s. Not surprising there. Let's begin our final game of the night. Here we go. This isn't looking too good so far, but we have started with a much worse start before and ended up with a victory. So who knows? Let's do it. I guess that works out well. I think that was our 3rd play. So I'll wait for that 4 for another time. There we go. And 3rd play. There is potential. Black 8, black 9, red 3. And I don't think we have either of those in our hand. And that is the end of our night, as there's nowhere for that 8, 3, or 6. No play left to be made on the field, so very close, yet still a bit away. We were on the brink of our second win, but still overall a fairly good night. For the final time, we have double twos, double eights, double fives, nines, and sevens. And with that, my friend, that is it for this one. Almost there. Just one more step. And with that being said, please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams. And until we meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.